Good, you've made some really nice changes. You're so much less clear now, and I like it so much better. So that's interesting, and I think the players do too. So I'm going to say a couple boring technical things for you to watch. So as you're really moving through this, you're focusing on moving in between the beats, and you're not very clear on where the beats are, and that's fine, except if you get behind them on pulse. So one of the things I want you to do when you watch your tape is turn the sound off, and then I want you to count for it on 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3, and feel if there's any places where you're actually not quite getting there in time. Because when we really focus on moving between the beats, we find places that we have to really work to get our time to be on. And there's times that your hands move at a very consistent speed that they actually need to move inconsistently so you're on time to beats. Where I hear it is in the violins. At times they're trying to find where the beat is and they're a little late or they're a little bit early because they can't quite anticipate where it's going to be. And so where you hear those kind of places, that's something to hear and go, ooh, that's me. So, but the overall, the flow of it, much better, and you're moving air. I want you to go to the beginning, and I want you to look at what you want from them, and once you start them, you belong to them. You belong to the musicians, no longer to your score. So you're going to see it on tape. You looked at them for beat 1, you looked down for beat 2, you looked at them for beat 3, you looked down for beat 4. So decide what you want from the score, and then once you've got it, look at the musicians and stay with them. And I want you to see the difference. Begin. Okay, so now I want you to tell me, what do you care most about in the first 2 measures?
The growing and the day.
Okay, so you want to take them somewhere. So do you want to wait on beat 1, 2, and 3, or do you want to move through them?
Move through them.
Begin. And stay with them. You're asking them to do something, so you can't look down at your music and ask them to do something. Stay with them. Now look down, see what you need, and then get back to them. I don't mean don't ever look at your music. I really don't mean that. I'm not a big fan of memorizing conductors. I feel like when I see them, mostly they tend to memorize melodies and not give a rat's patootie about anybody else. And that doesn't really excite me as a musician. So, but you do need to think about when you need information. So when can you not look down? Open discussion. When can you not look down? Before a cue, when you're giving them some information. So like at the beginning of measure 5, you can't look down there. You're asking them to do something. You can't look down at beat 1 of measure 1. Any place else, where can you not look down? Tell me more. Okay, in a release, you're asking them to make a change. Any place you're asking them to make a change or do something musical, you have to be with them. Otherwise, we just don't believe you. Then it looks like, oh, you planned this ahead of time, you're going to look at your music and do the moves, and I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to follow you. At least that's what most of us think. All right, so that's a nice change. You're going to see a difference from those first couple measures. Thanks, James. Let's keep going.
I don't have my sheet.